Just a simple ruler.
This, if I remember correctly.
Indeed. But the god of... When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear.
What? That's even better than the salt chalice.
Well then, according to our...
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition, and this girl has been useless. Why would she...
So you are saying you want to break the
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, I no longer need you. Let's not forget who hired who here. Why should I let you...
Because you agreed to a contract. Rex Lapis once said, ones who break their contracts shall suffer the wrath of the rock.
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from Snezhnaya. I...
will suffer the wrath of the rock. You may find it rather unpleasant.
Pay your dues. Prepare yourself. Stabilize. How is it?
I will have order.
Maybe so soon. Can't run from death.
I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further into the ruin.
Oh, darn you! Just...
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides greed, when people see the object of their dreams, how many are really able to control their... I think we should be honest. That in truth, not a single member of this...
Why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge. And you aren't interested in archaeology or relics. I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the...
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and... You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from one of the 8 trades under the jurisdiction of the chiefs. Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land in chaos. During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her... We hate him! But this is Morax's Liyue, so I seek proof of Morax's guilt. He has blood... We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head-on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli?
Naturally, of course. But I must add, come with me. All the answers you seek lie...
This is... Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the God of Salt had to fight back! Fight back against the evil more. The power of this sword. Sure, if we can repair the sword, then we can show the world the...
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological...
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure.
Yes. But the only one object per claim clause still holds true.
This logic!
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide.
No! If I only take 1/2, then it can't be repaired. And no matter what, I must be... Even if it breaks the contract, I don't...
So you are already decided? That is to say, you consign yourself to suffer the wrath.
That's okay. The God of Salt gave up her... Punish me however you want. Just...
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. As punishment, I will tell...
Huh? The truth? You mean...
Yes. I'm afraid to say that the God of Salt... Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control of Tevat. But Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start. However, during such a long war, after making countless concessions, Havria lost.
No!
In her last days, she had not even a single blade to
Not even a single blade?
This sword is not a relic belonging to the God of Salt, but is instead the murder weapon used to kill her.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true!
As I said before,
Preposterous! You are a follower of Morax! Don't...
it is a punishment after all. I did not want to tell her such cruel facts. Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There... Salt. And betrayal.
What did they see? What?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door. This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. Her dying moments have since been frozen in time to this very day. The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind but weak. The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they thought, no matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is beyond the strength of mortal those who could not flee. Those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived in terror that she had laid up, so they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword and offer up obeisances in hopes that her anger might be appeased. But they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once
This must be a lie. A false history, all of it! Don't you dare try to shake my faith!
This is the price she must pay. Judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even if she may not escape that struggle immediately. Indeed, in ages past, Havria's story, faith in a god who has already passed. So it is for Havria. And so it is for Mora. All right then. Treading old ground, one cannot help.
We're going to hunt.
Now, I mentioned the Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, and Havria's time was even further in the past. The Salt Chalice and Salt to leave them here is to let them slumber. And it is also, I ended an era with my own two hands. History records, but history may be changed. This incident proved that. I need to find a better way of recording history. Stone carvings were one such ancient method, but... Therefore, I thought of you, traveler. You are one who crosses the Celestial Atlas, and who passes through countless worlds. As long as a traveler like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides of Teyvat. Now then, it is time that we can... As I said before, this includes Osial, Overlord of the Vortex, who the Jade Chamber most recently... Thousands of years ago, the Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folktales remain. Osial, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume. And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate. I will remain here for a while. I fear that moments of reminiscence like this can we did not measure right and wrong. Of course, as I am now. I will remain here for a while. Though the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler, if a day comes when he should recover his strength and return, I will remain here for a while. That is a good question. But now... Yes. But if this journey was to your liking, why don't you come along the next time I am seeking...